This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Mayor Dave Cull claims uninhabitable homes are a drag on the economy at a Dunedin panel discussion. Southland's Curio Bay could have a heritage visitor centre open to the public by December. And The South Today asked people in Dunedin and Invercargill who they thought won the first televised leaders debate last night and why. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Dunedin's Cosy Homes Trust hosted a panel discussion last night on the idea of introducing warrants of fitness for rental homes. Some of the 100 or so landlords and renters in attendance said the meeting ended without viable solutions for the future.
Former builder and current Dunedin Mayor Dave Cull was one of those who spoke at last night's Cosy Homes Trust panel discussion. One of his concerns with a warrant of fitness scheme for rental houses was what would happen with properties that failed and were unfixable.
We accept a warrant of fitness system with vehicles that if they get to a certain state and they're too dangerous and they're a threat to people's health, i.e. by falling apart and killing people, we take them off the road. We say you're not allowed to. So I'd have to be convinced of why you wouldn't do that with houses.
Presbyterian Support Otago Family Works social work team leader Deb Gelling says she is concerned there might be many houses that don't fit within warrant of fitness parameters, leaving poorer families exploited.
And then we end up with a black market of houses that are being rented to vulnerable families. Yeah.
Gelling says the process of getting uninhabitable accommodation condemned is too problematic and the issue needs to be resolved.
We have worked with the council on a couple of occasions, three or four occasions, trying to get houses condemned because they should not be lived in, because they are in an extremely poor state, and the health and effects for people are extremely detrimental. It's a really high threshold. It's a really high threshold, and it is a really hard thing to have done.
Landlords also gave their views on the importance of tenants communicating about issues early.
If there's an issue, to let us know, because it's better to let us know before it gets out of hand, and get rid of some mould could be $100 as opposed to $1,000 down the road.
Some landlords also say the meeting offered more of an explanation of the problems than concrete solutions.
They've actually seen the problem, but they haven't supplied an answer.
Tess Trotter from the Dunedin Curtin Bank says there needs to be a cultural shift away from the blame game.
I think the rental warrant of fitness is a tool that we won't really know how effective it is until we actually make it mandatory and actually see some action being taken.
Trotter also says more attention needs to be paid to the real issues of health and fuel poverty. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
The Department of Conservation is asking boat owners and operators in Fiordland to watch for rats after one was discovered in Dusky Sound. Dock Operations Manager Greg Lynn says a male shipwreck was discovered by rangers on a routine trap check off the island in late July. Dock is asking all boat operators for signs of rodents like gnawing and droppings. Fiordland's islands are home to endangered wildlife and report being predator-free. Construction of a heritage visitor centre in Southland's Curio Bay will be open to the public by December if everything goes according to plan. The South Catlins Charitable Trust has been working on the project to provide information for visitors as well as protecting the wildlife in the area. Sharon Rees visited the scenic area to find out more.
Paul Duffy has dedicated a large portion of his life to ensure the best for Curio Bay. And after 15 years in the making, the Curio Bay Heritage Visitor Centre is finally coming to fruition. Curio Bay is best known for its 180 million-year-old petrified forests, as well as its wildlife, which the South Catlins Charitable Trust are working to protect whilst enhancing visitor experience with the project.
Basically half of it will be cafe and the other half is dedicated to interpretation, which is telling the story of Curio Bay, the penguins, the fossilised forests, the dolphins and all the other aspects of the nature.
Duffy says once plans had begun, the Department of Conservation partnered with the Trust to ensure the project was in line with the wildlife's best interest.
There was concern about the tourist unsupervised interaction, just some tourists, with the expectation that you could come here and swim as close as you like to a dolphin. So DOC were keen to see better management, both education, which is what the interpretation is partly about, and also supervision of those elements.
He says the centre will give information of the area's rich history, particularly in regards to Māori heritage.
That's another element of what we're portraying is the Maori connection, which goes back way before European times, of their migration through this area as they followed the food gathering on a seasonal basis.
Setbacks over the years have included the need for a new wastewater system, upgrading public facilities and working around wildlife in the area. But with all the boxes ticked, the building is set to open before the end of the year.
There's fit-outs to go on from here, and we're expecting to have the public able to use it I'm hoping about the second week of December.
While the centre will be available to visitors in December, an official opening is set for early next year. I'm Sharon Rees for The South Today.
Former Take That frontman Robbie Williams is on the slate to play at Dunedin's Forsyth Bar Stadium on February the 17th next year. If popularity is any measure of quality, he's sold over to 77 million albums and has 6 of the top 100 best-selling albums in British history. Robbie Williams is bringing his heavy entertainment show world tour to New Zealand and promises it's a selection of his back catalogue and a few surprise cover versions. Last night, the country's state broadcaster hosted the first televised leaders' debate featuring National's Bill English and Labour's Jacinta Ardern. South Today reporters in Dunedin and Invercargill asked people in their respective cities who they thought won the political tussle and why.
Probably Jacinta Ardern, just because she knows what she wants and she's progressing rather than just sticking to the same things and saying that they're working.
Bill English raised some good points, but I think Jacinta Ardern backed her stuff up more and she's showing a more clear vision of what she wants New Zealand to be, whereas Bill English is just sort of saying, we're going well and we're going to keep going well.
I think Bill English probably won last night because he has a greater knowledge of the policies and I admired his in-depth knowledge of everything.
I don't think he came across as good as her, because I thought for a girl that didn't have as much experience, she came across very well.
She seemed to actually care about people and understand that the economy is doing well, but it should do well for the people.
I probably resonate more with Jacinta just because it's like being a younger New Zealander, and I kind of believe in the things that she represents.
Yeah, she just makes such a big impact and she speaks so well.
Jacinta Ardern has got much more personality than all of the ladies. She's making good promises and I really like her. I think she'll be a great leader.
Because she's younger, enthusiastic. She's definitely got a personality.
He's an equal player in Labour's playing field.
Mike Hosking thought he might have been running for PM actually.
But he kept interrupting Jacinta and he let Bill English talk as long as he liked without interruption.
Pretty even, but I think just the thought pattern's different. We're just going back to the same old party again and doing the same old thing. But it's all about promises and broken promises to me.
I think Jacinta won. I think she was just so much more eloquent than Bill, and he was just basically slandering her most of the time.
I hope National won because I don't think Jacinta's got enough experience to run the country yet.
Still to come on The South Today, we catch up with the latest action at the Winter Games.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Feel the soothing effects of Sunny Chin's back manipulation and crystal therapy. 1 hour half price special for the month of September. Normally $110, now $55. Book your session today.
University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Dane. Not now, man. I'm panicking. Come on, mate. I know just what you need. In here? No. Is this it? No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey Tane, fancy a little cuddle?
If you're staring at empty walls, stare no longer. The Dunedin Art Show has arrived. Visit Dunedin's largest ever art show and take part in Otago's art sales event of the year. View and buy original artworks from established and emergent New Zealand artists. Thousands of artworks priced from $50. Opening night gala Thursday the 21st of September, with show days from Friday the 22nd to Sunday the 24th from 10 a.m. at the Edgar Centre, Andersons Bay. Visit the DunedinArtShow.co.nz for tickets and more info.
An improvement in the weather allowed the Winter Games to go ahead at the Cardrona Alpine Resort today. And while there were no New Zealanders on the podium, several were not far off. Mina Amso was amongst the winners.
The New Zealand stars of today's Men World Cup half-pipe were 16-year-old Nico Porteous, who finished 6th. And his older brother, Miguel. Both are from Canterbury but spent the winter in Wanaka training at the Cardrona Alpine Resort, where today's Winter Games event was held. Unfortunately, we did not get the chance to chat to the Porteous brothers. They were quick to run off the mountain and head back to the gym.
60 to start it off to a massive 720.
We did, however, catch up with men's winner Alex Ferreira from the United States.
Down the pipe, 720.
You must be stoked.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Can't get this smile off my face.
What does it mean for you?
As far as standings go, it puts me in a nice place, and you know, it shows me that I'm ready for this upcoming season and I'm ready to compete for that Olympic spot. Hopefully I go to Pyeongchang in 2018.
Let's see what she's got. Big right side 900.
The winner of the women's event was 25-year-old Cassie Sharp from Canada.
Right side 360 coming in switch down the pipe. 360.
Wanaka skier Janina Kuzma just got back from the injury, crashed out on her second run of the day.
She's okay. Big round of applause for Janina Kuzma of New Zealand.
Today's half-pipe was scheduled to be held yesterday, but was cancelled because of low clouds. I'm so the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, Saturday evening we'll see Dunedin's Knox Church resounding with choral music.
The Gate Hospitality and Tourist Centre is a standout attraction of Cromwell and Central Otago for travellers and locals alike, featuring the Harvest Hotel, which is Central Otago's gateway accommodation, featuring standard and premium rooms, which open onto breathtaking mountain, vineyard and rural views. The Harvest Hotel also has a relaxing, sun-trapped courtyard and standalone conference and wedding centre. The Hunting Lodge-themed Five Stags Bar and Restaurant provides an honest, welcoming, family-friendly place to grab a great feed and a relaxing beverage. Forage Information Centre and Cafe is light and spacious and serves fabulous food and bedazzling beverages and offers information and booking services. In every season, for every reason, the Gate Hospitality and Tourist Centre has something for everyone.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Feel the soothing effects of sunny chins, back manipulation and crystal therapy. 1 hour half price special for the month of September. Normally $110, now $55. Book your session today.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Just think, 80 years ago, this year, my grandfather set up Alex Campbell Menswear right on Cargill's Corner in South Dunedin. We've had some great years, bringing Otago and Southland the very best of menswear for both business and everyday needs.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits!
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
Circopolis, a crossroads between imagination and reality, limits and possibilities. Described as Cirque du Soleil's hipper, sexier cousin. Don't miss this extraordinary show. At the Region, 23rd to 26th November. Book now.
Thanks for staying with us. Rod Rarere and Reid Karina are off to the WAKO World Kickboxing Championships in Budapest, Hungary this November. The pair competed in qualifying rounds after being asked to take part by the Invercargill-based New Zealand and Oceania World Kickboxing Association president.
2 southern kickboxers are off to compete in the World Amateur Kickboxing Champs in Hungary, providing they can raise $6,000. Preparing to spar in a Matilda gym this week, Rod Rarere and Reid Karina are looking forward to competing on the world stage.
I've kind of just, well, I know a guy, Peter Thompson, who's the, he's the president, based out of Invercargill. I fought on one of his shows last year. Then he kind of just hit me up not so long ago if I was keen to go over, and yeah, there's trials. He invited us to the trials, but he's seen both of us fight before, so he kind of knew how we went and shit, so he just invited us.
Seen here in the black and white shorts, Rod Rarere came to kickboxing after an injury prevented him from playing in a potentially less physical sport.
But I've sort of been back and forth with Reid since 2010, 2011, and really took a shine to it, and just couldn't play rugby anymore because of my knee, so decided to take up something else, because it's not really a sport you can hide from, you know. It's whatever you put in is what you get out, and if you're sort of half-hearted about it, then it's going to show.
Wearing black shorts in a recent title fight with Chris Eads, Reid Karina says he trains Rarere and is pleased the pair are going to represent New Zealand at the World Amateur Champs together. The pair need $6,000 for the trip to the WAKO World Amateur Champs and are fundraising for the November event in Hungary through a GoFundMe page. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Saturday evening will see Dunedin's Knox Church resounding with choral music. Amongst the pieces performed will be a new work by local composer Anthony Ritchie. Rudy Adrian checked out the rehearsals.
Saturday night's performance will feature a large choir accompanied by the Knox Church organ. Wellington-based organist Tom Chatterton is busy preparing to compete against some 125 lungs from the City Choir, as well as choirs from Columba College and St Hilda's Collegiate School. Conductor David Birchall will ensure it's an even contest.
Solidity. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Well, I shall adjudicate during the rehearsals, and if the organ's too loud, he can turn it down. So we'll seek a balance. It's a partnership. The way the music's written is very much choir with organ or organ with choir in some places, and so it's a question of getting the right balance sorted out.
Birchall has a long history of conducting compositions created by local composer Anthony Ritchie.
We're doing a new piece by Anthony Ritchie, who's based at the University of Otago, and it's a collection of lullabies, the text written by Eleanor Paletti, who also lives in Dunedin, and a nice variety of styles of lullaby, some kind of playful, some a little more sorrowful, and Anthony's responded to the mood of the text very nicely to create a very tuneful and delightful set of pieces.
Tomorrow's concert also features music by Maurice Duruflé, possibly the high point in 20th century Catholic repertoire.
Yes, we're performing Catholic music in the Presbyterian Church. Knox Church has a long tradition of very wide-ranging music, including many items from the Catholic repertoire, and in fact these days liturgically, if you want to hear the best of Catholic music, you go to a Protestant church, because the Catholics have ditched most of it in favour of more modern hymns and texts.
The concert is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. on Saturday. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. 100 or so landlords and renters discuss viable solutions for improving rental housing at a Cosy Homes Forum in Dunedin. Construction of a heritage visitor centre in Southland's Curio Bay will be open to the public by December. And Southern voters show their party colours when asked who they thought won last night's first televised leaders debate for the 2017 general election. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page.
Good evening. Yeah, Father's Day on Sunday, of course, so we've taken a bit of a different approach with our Father's Day build-up. We've talked to some fathers who are spending the day locked in the Otago Correctional Facility, some inmates down there who unfortunately won't get the opportunity to spend all day with their kids at the least. Some new programs underway down at the prison called Skills for Dads and Storybook Dads, sort of aimed at people becoming better parents, really.
What a really good initiative.
Yeah, it is. It's good. We've talked to one man who's a father of 4 down there. He's in prison for a couple of years for some violent offending, and he's talked about how it's given him new motivation to improve his life choices, and for the sake of his children, really. He wants to obviously spend more time with them and hopefully have a few Father's Day down the track with them. So
fantastic.
Yeah, it is a nice story.
It's a really nice sort of way of like getting across Father's Day, because normally it's all like glossy cards. So this
it certainly is. Yeah. I mean, there'll be some people who won't have much sympathy for them, of course, because they've committed the crime, so they're down there. But yeah, nice to think that they are improving their life anyway, and thinking of their families as well. So
yeah.
More than 100 skiers this afternoon trapped at the O'House ski field chairlift for a couple of hours. It broke down just after 2 o'clock, and they had to get some rescue operations in to get a lot of the people off. We've sent a reporter through there to talk to some of those people who have been stranded, so we'll have updates on our website tonight about that, and a full story in tomorrow's paper as well.
It would have been quite cold, and there could have been young children out there too, so
yeah,
it could have got quite serious
Yeah,
quickly.
Definitely. I mean, unfortunately the weather wasn't too bad, obviously cold with the snow about, but not so much wind, and so that was something at least. So no injuries, so that's a good news.
It's always good to hear.
Yeah, Weekend Mix. We're featuring a piece on local singer-songwriter Kylie Price. She's a bit of an institution down these ways. She's won 5 gold guitars down in Gore and had success at the Tamworth Music Festival as well. She's also well known, I guess, in 2012 she withdrew from the television series New Zealand's Got Talent. After that, she refused to sign a contract with them. So she's sort of kicking along down here, and got a new EP coming out next Friday. So she's transformed herself, really. She's a bit of a country star, but turning into a pop musician now. So
has she gone down the Taylor Swift avenue?
Yeah, seems to have success there. So hopefully the same for her. Nice story, so well worth a read there.
Fantastic.
And on the sports front, we're looking ahead to Otago's first home match in the NPC. They play Manawatu in Dunedin tomorrow, desperate to get a win under the way after 2 close losses in the first 2 rounds. So
and who do you think is going to win?
Hopefully Otago. Manawatu do have a couple of their All Blacks playing for them, so that might strengthen them. But fingers crossed, we'll get a win
definitely.
on the board.
Well, good luck to the home team tomorrow.
Certainly.
Lovely, thank you for that, Craig. And now look what's happening with tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silberhorn Collagen Plus.
Tonight's weather shot is of a cross and flower beds at Dunedin's Queen's Gardens. Looking at the situation, a high pressure area will bring fine but cold weekend to us all. And to the southern outlook, Balclutha, Gore and Lumsden, it's light breezes becoming fine and 8, Catlin's the same but cloudy. And over to the central, Alexandra, Wanaka and Queenstown becoming fine and 9 degrees. Taona should already be fine tomorrow with a high of 8. And up to the northern outlook, Oamaru and Timaru will have cloudy skies and 8, Amaramo and Twizel becoming fine and 9. And in Dunedin tonight, we should brace for rain showers with cold winds with an overnight low of 6. Not much to look forward to there. And tomorrow morning, the showers clear, but skies remain cloudy and temperatures are chilly with 8 and 5. And on Sunday, will remain mostly cloudy and cold, 8 and 1. Further south in Invercargill, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 5. Tomorrow we'll see a few sunny periods, 9 and 0. Fine and sunny on Sunday, frosts at night, 11 and 0. And that's our news for this Friday. For the latest Southern Region news, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. We will leave you with some excerpt of Tom Chatterton rehearsing for tomorrow's evening's concert at Knox Church. From the South Today team, good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.